Could it possibly be that day in the week where we drive the real Kyper and Bourne show right into the ditch?
We're there.
On Off the Rails Friday, which means top of the hour, Doug MacLean, former NHL president, GM, and head coach, will join us. In the meantime, it is our Leaf Edition hour of the program. We're glad you are aboard. Sportsnet 360, 590 The Fan in Toronto, and streaming always on Sportsnet Plus. Also available Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and YouTube, where we get thumbs up. Toronto Maple Leafs, another fairly entertaining game, I think. Not quite maybe as convincing as what we saw 2 nights earlier in against the Florida Panthers, but nonetheless, hanging in there. Boys, no show on the history of the planet could build up Scott Laughton like we did prior to that game.
Yeah.
And he didn't disappoint us.
No, he didn't disappoint. We talked up Cowan a bit. We talked up the penalty kill. Oh, the penalty kill. Third period, couple of penalties at a tough time, down a goal. Gets a shorty.
Talked up how much we love Hildeby.
What a day.
It's almost like we're smart.
Nostra.
So what does this mean? Because I'm looking at my lineup sheet, and Sammy, you've put a lot of thought in this. You just typed basically 4 words. Are the Leafs good?
That was for Doug MacLean.
Question mark.
That was continuing.
No.
Our theme of do the Leafs suck?
No. We're jumping the gun. We'll get Doug's thoughts, but he's on the beach, I think, trying to find anything that's metal.
Oh, is that right?
So we'll just let him finish off before we get to him on that. But I want to ask you guys. Mm-hmm. There's been a bit of a swing here. There's all these points that they've accumulated the last, 8 games?
Yeah.
And are they good again?
Well, yes and no.
Complicated.
It is. Thank you. Yes. Set my Facebook status to it's complicated. The schedule has worked in their favor.
That's funny.
Injuries have worked against them. Some other things have gone right for them. They're getting very good goaltending. At the same time, they're not exactly dominating play, but I don't know. I'm back and forth on this. I will say this. It's nice that they're not bad. They're definitely not bad. They're among the teams that can hang, and they're without good players who are sitting in the press box that you feel like, okay, get back McCabe, get back Nylander. Maybe they are good. I'm definitely open to them being good here.
Okay, so
don't look at me like you want me to say
I'll just add one more word to Sammy's 4.
Enough?
Yeah.
Are they good enough?
Yes. And they are good enough to, I think, keep everybody engaged and interested and wondering, where is this all heading?
I think I'm blessed to have this job, and we're all blessed to have this job, all 3 of us, and just coming in here and talking about hockey and living a lot of people's dreams. And for 4 straight years, I really look forward to most Leafs games. I look forward to coming in here. I look forward to watching. I look forward to doing Leafs talk. The start of this year was the first time it ever really felt like a job, where I'd turn on the TV and be like, I don't know how this is going to hold my attention. I don't know how I'm going to get through this. This is an absolute slog. And at least now they're back to the point where I once again am looking forward to hockey games and looking forward to watching them play, because there's at least some fire and at least some entertainment. Their games before, they would just be blah losses.
Yeah.
Like no passion in the losses, no pushback, just horrible. And at least now they look like they care.
I think if you filled in the blanks with, are they good enough? And you wanted to add more words to that, I think those words would be to be buyers. The question isn't, are they good enough to win the Stanley Cup? Because
we finish each other's sentences around here.
We're adding to each other's sentences. Are the Leafs good enough to be buyers is the next part, and I think that they are getting awfully close to a yes on that.
It's really complicated.
I know. That's why we got to work through it here.
If you were in the second or third year of a cycle, but they're like on the end of a cycle with their assets, so it's just a matter of, JB, how far are you willing to push on what you just said, right? So at the very top end is Easton Cowan, and at the very bottom, I don't know, take whatever Marley we've never heard of.
Yeah.
And somewhere in between, how much are you willing to pay to go to another extreme.
I saw in the Athletic, Jonas Siegel had like 3 trades that could help the Leafs D. And the first one is like Andersson, and you're talking about like, First and Cowan or, whatever it is.
And Danford.
Stuff like that.
But we went through that last year too.
Yeah, but and then he's going, okay, well that's an 8-year, $8 million per sort of contract. It's all the stuff that's not that appealing. Then it's Justin Falk, who
You mentioned that a while ago.
yeah, like him. But like the third one is like Luke Shen, where it's like, do you want to just say here's a fifth to a guy? Like, so I'm just saying there are levels to being a buyer here, and I know.
Just pausing the Luke Shen thing.
Yeah,
we all have a really positive.
Troops?
We all had a very positive experience with it a couple years ago, and that's how we all remember it. I don't think we need to bring that back to where. I mean, Jets fan. He's not.
I was actually shocked to see that name on that list.
You get Stetcher, Benoit. Like how many of these guys can you have?
Right. Well, I mean, do you think he's a step up from the pool of Myers and Benning and Rafai and
good Myers? By then, do you need a presence to like? Let's face it, Luke Shen. We all remember standing at the end of the bench with Pat Maroon and Tampa Bay, and it was like
the Leafs.
That's not exactly what's really needed right now.
No,
that was also 3 calendar years ago. So
totally,
So
I'm just saying, like, are the Leafs good? Yeah. Are the Leafs good enough for what?
We want to go to
make the playoffs
if they buy,
but like if they don't buy or if they don't,
if they get healthy and stay healthy,
yes,
then yes,
okay.
If they get healthy and stay healthy,
I'm just worried about the whole.
They can leave themselves in that mix, for sure.
How about again? I ask you about Chris Tanev.
Yeah,
like does
he won't help decide whether you make the playoffs or not.
No, but he certainly would help decide if you could contend in a round or not if he were to come back. I suppose it depends how he comes back.
How he comes back, how quickly can he come back and be effective? Mm-hmm. The feeling is still with whatever he is battling prior to ripping his groin was he might be one hit away. I don't know what changes between then and now. Yeah. So I don't know.
Time helps that too.
Yeah,
right?
if he's healthy and completely over everything that has transpired, then you hope that he can come back and be a factor as early as the first round.
All right, well, let's talk about last night's game a little bit more, shall we? Why don't we start with Craig Berube to give us an overview, Berube's clip 1 of the game.
Yeah, it's a tight game, 5-on-5. Not a lot going on, to be honest with you, either way. I mean, I thought our 5-on-5 game was pretty solid. PK was excellent again, had to be in the third period, and the goalie was really good, and we capitalized on a couple plays and got the win.
Maybe we should have, within the Bet365 segment, looked at the under for these two teams with these two coaches, with Rick Tocchet versus Craig Berube. Wouldn't say that there was a ton happening for most of the night, right?
Also, we heard from Bundy Christarian yesterday and called their goaltender Vladar the MVP. So I thought he was solid. I didn't like Laughton's goal, obviously. He didn't like it either. But between him and Hildeby, there's your 2-1 score.
Hildeby's a battler in there, eh? He made some big saves.
He did.
Scrappy. He looks like a different guy this year.
From Luke Fox's piece after the game, how about some love for Dennis Hildeby, who stopped 21 of 22 shots and all 5 of the play on the Flyers power play. The towering Swede's stellar night was bookended by a breakaway stop on Denver Barkey and Trevor Zegras. His season percentage jumped to .920 on a night when the high danger chances were 22-9 in favor of natural stat trick.
And Zegras is the best breakaway guy in the NHL by shootout stats anyway, and he gets an OT breakaway and
wouldn't necessarily say that was the best movies ever made, but
he didn't score.
Just on a side note here, and Mike Johnson talked about it a little bit yesterday on the telecast, but the sales job on convincing everybody that the puck went in was absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah.
That's how you lose credibility. The tendency is to say that if you see a player's reaction like that, they got to have seen something that we haven't seen.
Right.
And there's no evidence of that at all.
It reminds me of a guy who gets thrown out on the bases and he's clearly out and he like points to the dugout to challenge. It's like, dude, you're out. You know, just wear it. You're out. That was that play to me where Zegras is trying to like convince his parents that he gets another, you know, couple of candies or something. I didn't have any. You know, it's like, all right, Trevor, adults are having a game here.
You guys just love Trevor Zegras.
I am so not a Zegras guy.
Buddy.
And listen,
I'm begging him to just grow up a little bit.
There's no
That's
Troy's
all.
Boys version of Trevor Zegras from you.
I want to like him. I just like, he's so immature.
He just comes across a little bit like he's playing mini sticks in the hotel lobby.
But I would say that there was a group of 5 of them that all were acting like it went in. It wasn't just him.
No, they're going on him being like, you know, they're like, all right, are we going to sell this with him?
Can I ask you, do you think the puck was in the net?
No, I don't.
No,
Okay.
no, I don't either.
Okay.
No.
I think there's a way, if you do like an x-ray, that puck is in the net at some point. But Hildeby's 6'7" and however big, you just can't see it.
Still the most baffling thing in sports is that we can't do this with technology. Is a thing past a thing? Surely we can do this.
I love it. Keep it the way it is. I mean, if you can't see it go in, that's been a rule forever. You can't see it go in, it doesn't go in.
But if it's in, I want it to be in.
Yeah.
I don't care if he's holding it or not.
What's some human element still? The puck
What
won't
a
be the
weird
same.
place. Goals you want?
The puck won't have
Offside's
be the
fine,
same with the
not
chip.
goals.
Yeah, I hate offside too.
Do you see the Flyers at all anywhere in the playoffs at the end of the year?
Boy, they had the puck a lot.
They
More
had
chances.
they
I
had,
like
they
him,
had some
York.
good access to the neutral zone last
Yeah,
night too.
I like York. I like Sanheim. Bristoline's
Okay,
all right.
Sanheim,
Drysdale's usually there.
I got a different feel on why they picked him to go to Team Canada too.
Yeah.
I thought, man, he skates exceptionally well. He's a presence out there.
My favorite thing Doug Armstrong has said about Sanheim and Parayko is that it's like a car wash trying to go through those guys. It's all arms and legs and, trying to get through there is not easy. So
Rutsalainen hurt them a little bit there.
the OT slide.
Okay. In what world does a defenseman play a 2-on-1, watch the puck carrier do a 360, and you're like nowhere to be found? Like it doesn't happen.
You also slide to the back post typically, not across the net.
It doesn't happen, right? Where you get to pull a 360, and that's what Tavares did, and obviously we know how it ended up. But like, buddy, I don't know.
Is that the strangest overtime in general, though? Matthews fanned on 3 pucks, turned 2 over. There was
I got to tell
5
you,
turnovers in
people
OT.
loved it, eh?
well, it was finally what we used to watch with 3-on-3 when it first
you're
started.
holding your breath the
There
whole
was
time.
mistakes and 2-on-1s and breakaways. Whoa, and I'm getting really excited here, but it was just awesome. Like there was multiple breakaways and excitement and 2-on-1s and big saves. And how
Just
about
really nothing to do with the game that we know for 60 minutes.
no? Well,
It's just-
Kipper, we've established that long ago that none of us love it, but to watch one that was somewhat exciting for a change was good.
None of us love it, but we loved it. That's what you're saying.
I love it compared to the usual possession
Correct.
game, the basketball.
Yeah.
All right, we have possession for 2.5 minutes, and if you get it back, you'll get possession.
Is the NBA like now just nothing but that and shooting?
The NBA is kind of tough to watch sometimes.
Is
in
it?
regular season?
We don't need to talk about the NBA in early hour, but like, yeah, it's.
No, I'm just wondering stylistically. Is it?
If you want me to get on my
that's
soapbox
generally
here, I can.
No, we don't. We
Give
don't.
me your 20 seconds.
We're just
Sam,
saying
go.
that usually is what 3-on-3 looks like. It didn't last night.
I think math has kind of ruined the NBA a little bit in terms of just the prioritizing the 3 points, and everybody kind of just looks the same and shoots the same, and it's just totally changed for me. But anyways, I think if you're going to play in 3-on-3, it's a huge factor that how many times have they lost in 3-on-3? How many points have they wasted this year with crappy 3-on-3 play? And that was a strength of theirs last year where they were good in 3-on-3. Obviously, Marner leaving hurts that a lot. But for them to get that extra point last night, it could be the difference between them being in a playoff spot and not. So, and credit Riley for the headlong dive across the net.
That was my favorite part of the game. Riley saw a guy, Superman dive, and sell out. I love it. We've talked too long without talking about Scott Laughton. The only thing I didn't like about last night's game is Scott Laughton takes the draw in overtime, wins it, and they have him get off. Like, for Machelli, Laughton can play hockey. He's a hockey player. Give him a chance.
Just give me a chance.
Give me a chance.
He did it again, won another one. So 20 draws last night, 19-1.
That's crazy.
Yeah, 14 of 14 in the D zone.
Has anyone
No
ever done
O-zone
that?
starts.
19-1?
I actually have that
Is there like
information.
a log book on?
Logbook?
Yes, there is. I'm going to find you a stat.
Find me a log stat.
He is the 6th player to be 90% on faceoffs when they've had 20 faceoffs in a game. Didn't take an OZ draw, 14-14 in the D zone. I don't know. Did that answer anything you asked me? I don't know. That's what I had.
It was good.
Okay.
It was a lot of wins.
But also just killing penalties, scores the goal, emotion. I thought he was physical, competitive.
Yeah.
That was really fun to watch.
I want to go back to earlier about just the fact that Nylander's out. Matthews went through a tough spell. And these foot soldiers now have never felt like more ownership of this team.
Mm-hmm.
Is that fair to say, Sammy?
100%. 100%.
Okay.
Well, no, I mean, everyone is way more involved than they've ever been.
Yes, absolutely.
That's what he just, with Matthews.
Robertson, McMahon, Nick Waugh,
Yeah, they get to play more.
right?
Lorenz,
Machelli.
They get to play more for sure.
That's it.
Yes.
So the Leafs are going to meat and potatoes this thing right to the playoffs.
Could they unlock that? Say, hey, these guys are pretty good. Maybe we could use them all a little bit more. I think that would be interesting. Old Nick Robertson got himself 11-26 again last night, and he can't get.
But I mean, that line's good.
Yeah.
So, I don't necessarily watch the games and be like, he's got to play more. Everybody's playing well. He's contributing his 11 minutes or whatever. They're not, I guess they were struggling for offense last night, but before that, they haven't been necessarily struggling for offense. He's playing well on that line. I mean, it's fine, I think.
Yep.
But
Get
yeah,
some quotes.
so I think Willie's coming back on Saturday, or he's the coach alluded to the fact that he could maybe come back on Saturday. Be interesting to see what they
Have
do.
we got Scott Laughton on returning?
Oh, sure. Let's do it. Scott Laughton.
Yeah, it was definitely an emotional start to the game. Probably took me a period to kind of get going, I think. A lot of emotions run through that. I don't know if I was expecting them. Standing on the blue line, getting the start was a nice touch. And then, yeah, it kind of all floods back to you about most of the memories here and all the people that helped you. So it was an emotional start, and then once the game starts going, it's game on like any other game, and we found a way, and that's what you have to do at this time of year.
I know it's been a trying time for this organization, but anyone that I've ever come across loved being a Philadelphia Flyer.
Yeah.
Really?
Yes.
Philadelphia's a good start.
Nobody has ever left.
Did you get to play a game?
I did not. I was in that organization from signing as an unrestricted free
Yeah, I
agent
knew that.
to spending 5 seasons training camps, exhibition games in the year I was supposed
You're a part
to.
of it at that point. You know all
You've
the
had
guys
the
in the
jersey
team.
on.
You've
Oh,
been
yeah.
around.
I've had the Philadelphia
Yeah.
Flyer jersey on. I've battled with Rick Tocchet and the late Peter Zezel, Derek Smith, Jeff Chikrin, all these guys, all my peers growing up. And it was like, the best.
Mhm.
The best. It was like, it
And
was
then you
so
get traded
cool
the
to go
Capitals
around.
And you play the Flyers.
Yeah. But it was so cool to be a Flyer. And Mike Keenan would take us jogging on the pier at Atlantic City, and it'd be like Flyers. Keenan would just jog by people going, Flyers coming through, Flyers, Flyers coming through, Flyers.
Wasn't it LaShawn McCoy used to say his own name when he juked people? McCoy. It's kind of the same thing.
But and Scott, like he comes home, right? Toronto, family, minor hockey. That guy still misses being a Flyer. You could see it, you could feel it.
Yeah. Maybe he goes home.
Yeah.
You mean,
No, I'm
stays in
just
Toronto, right?
no. That's not to suggest that he's going to sign there in the off season or go back or leave. I'm just it's a great market if they can bring it back, which hopefully Daniel Briere and Keith Jones are working on it back with Rick Tocchet. Like, it's a very important market for us.
It's funny. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say it's one of my for rivals with the Leafs. Like in my youth, those playoff series with that team and Keith Primo and Jeremy Roenick and that whole
Flyers
era.
are a cool brand.
Yeah, great
It's
jerseys,
cool to be a Flyer.
great colors.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally agree.
And I just feel like what they've done, and I compared them to Montreal the other day, is you just got to go, we don't have the skill to compete right now. And you add a bunch of guys and hope you hit on a couple, whether it's Drysdale or Michkov or Zegras or whatever. And if a couple hit, all of a sudden you're dangerous again, you know?
So on the Scott Laughton ice time thing, last night he ended up with, I think, 14-14.
Great.
That's a good number. I don't know what you guys have seen out of Tavares recently, but I think there's been a bit of a dip. Like, would there be any way where they would just, get those two closer in ice time in terms of trying him in the top 6 for a little bit? Like, it feels like he's really pushing.
He's averaging, 17 and a half, John Tavares?
That's fair, somewhere in that range.
Like,
Can they get closer to 15 and
15? Would you like to see John come back a little bit, maybe move Scott Laughton up to that line?
Yeah.
Are we getting closer to that?
Well, he's pushing, boys.
Well,
he's been great for this whole stretch. He's been one of their really good players.
Here's Tavares' ice time by month: 17:25. Then in November he's 19:21.
Yeah, when
Matthews is
Matthews is
out.
out.
He's back to 17:31 in December, and in January he's played 16 and a half.
So it's heading down.
So it's just over 4 games, mind you, but his number has come down.
I'd like to see those guys get a little closer for me.
John's struggling 5-on-5, and I don't think he's ever had a stretch like this where I don't believe he's had a power play goal in 22, 23 games.
Correct. Probably longer. November 8th is the last I see.
Yeah. Which is really almost the way he plays around that area.
Mm-hmm.
It's really hard to believe.
He doesn't really get touches on the power play, hey? Like it's
No, they're redirects, they're tip-ins, they're second chances.
But I think that might be on purpose because when they had him in the bumper, it was a lot of fall-away jumpers that wasn't necessarily working out, and the power plays looked a lot better since he's done that less.
He does have 7 points in his last 7 games.
I know, but half of them are empty netters.
Is that true?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's true.
It is.
He set up the game winner last night.
There's 3 or 4 empty netters.
I know last month that was the case for sure. He had a run there. Where it was,
But I'm just saying, like, I think, he sets up the overtime winner or whatever last night. Like, I don't think he's necessarily been awful.
No.
But I do think there's a world where Scott Laughton's pushed where he could maybe earn some of those top 6 looks. That's all.
Okay, so do we want to hear Berube on Laughton at all? Or?
I mean, it's not great.
Okay, so Easton Cowan scores the winner.
Uh-huh.
He's involved in all the action last night.
Yeah.
Give us the background on the Cowan stuff.
I wasn't really paying too close attention.
Post game?
Yeah,
they looked like 3 gophers behind him.
So he was doing an interview with TSN. I think it was Claire that was doing the interview on TSN, and they were just kind of poking their head out a little bit.
Yeah.
But there was a song playing, and then
They wanted him to dance.
yeah, and I was like, "What the hell is going on here?" And then Anna Dua, who works for Sportsnet, who's up with the youths, tweeted out a video of Easton Cowan doing like a TikTok dance
From like his junior days.
Yeah, and I believe the guy. Here we go.
Which like he should feel great shame. Absolutely.
So
the
Denver
whole generation
and Denver
should feel
Barkey,
shame.
who is the TikTok account this belongs to, was on the other team last night.
Yeah.
So I'm sure there was something that went into that as well. But there was a lot of talk about this after the game.
They're embarrassing themselves.
Do you want to hear? I mean, Laughton seems like a 10 out of 10 beauty.
Yes.
And he talked about it after the game.
Good.
He's awesome.
Yeah.
He's great to be around. He's an unbelievable teammate. He's got great rhythm. He's got great rhythm, and he's just fun to be around. He's an awesome kid, and I'm happy for him.
Did you haul him back in here for a dance?
I might have, but we'll see. I think it's the first mid-interview that he stopped and came into the room for a quick one.
See, I'm okay with all of this.
This is awesome.
Me too.
I love it.
It's almost like there's
You
camaraderie
know what
on the team
I
right
don't
now.
like? That it now gets out to
Us?
everybody. Nothing's changed over the last 20 or 30 years. I'll let you in on a little secret. I was a little bit of a dancer in my day.
Easy
I've
there,
done-
Twinkle Toes.
All right, let's go.
I've done
Man,
lounge
instead-
singing. I've done lounge singing.
Just give me a
I've
chance.
done
Just give me a
burning
chance.
love to Elvis Presley for the boys. Like,
Oh, this is
right
not
in it.
unprecedented. The Islanders did talent shows. You see Clark up there singing and Tonelli.
Yeah, but they're good. They're actually real musicians. We are like hacks.
I'm evolving.
Okay? We're like embarrassing your late father-in-law and
Isn't Trottier like legit?
Yeah, he's a
and
great
Brian
guy.
Trottier are like this close to being professionals. Okay? But you just don't need it out there all the time. That's a part of what brings a team together is.
But if there's enough of this, it will spill out. Like if there's enough, and maybe that's a sign that beneath the surface there's a lot we don't know about. Let's carry on because Hildeby actually had something to say. This is just the chance to hear Dennis Hildeby talk.
Hildeby's quote is electric.
Hildeby, hold on. Hildeby seems almost like Buffalo Bill who's shocked that he made the NHL. That's the impression that I get when I listen to him from. Anyway,
Play the clip. Hildeby on the camera.
It was good. It's good. He really knows what he's doing.
Does he?
He really knows what he's doing.
I watched the whole Hildeby interviews yesterday just to watch him be like, he's like a little shocked that
really
he's
starting
there.
to like this guy a lot.
Yeah.
Just
Well, he stopped
leave me
the puck.
alone. Just let me stop the puck. The Hilda Beast.
Let's play Brube's clip on him because I thought it was Brube's best clip from last night.
Well, it helps for sure. I mean, I thought he was having a really good game. Wanted to use him in OT.
On Hildeby. Sorry, Derek. Clip 5.
Yeah, he was locked in from the get-go, in my opinion. I thought he looked really good right away. The first period, I think, probably at the 10-minute mark on, I thought that they carried a little bit of the play, and but he was really solid in there, and kept it 0-0 for us. He was good tonight. He was locked in.
It's
Locked in is the right word. He was awesome from the start.
Taken him a while to bring more people on board that he's real.
I would
And
just say
they've been. I'm not saying that. Not everybody was a fan of his early,
Ourselves included, I think.
one of my core
but I'm talking about the management group and the decision makers.
One of my
And he's
core
won
beliefs
them
is
over.
that these really, really tall athletes just take extra time. You got to give them 2 more years to get some athleticism sorted out. If I was a GM, you would see me betting on 23-year-old 6'7" people that teams have given up on all over the place. Because, you end up with Zdeno Chara sometimes, or, Zadorov got better later in his career.
100%.
I just think these guys tend to find it as they get older. Sanheim.
Saturday night, back to Wall, or do you give Hildeby another look? Because I would go back to Hildeby.
No,
Wall was good.
They seem to
against
be
Florida. Really
They
good.
seem
I'd
to
go
be
with that.
fine working them both in, and I'd probably expect them to go back to Joseph Wall.
I also think they want Wool to be the guy, right? He's played in big games in the playoffs, and this is a bad team. It's Saturday night. It's an opportunity to make him feel good.
But okay, hold on.
That's what you want to do.
Before we get to that, then let's just discuss outside of Vancouver. That's when the heavy lifting starts.
Yeah.
That's what I mean.
So where do you go? We assume you want Joseph Wall in for Monday.
That's what I was thinking
And
with
then-
with
and then
Hildeby
Utah.
with Hildeby on Saturday. In my mind, if I'm the coach, which is a good thing I'm not, because that'd be a disaster. But if I'm the coach, Hildeby goes Saturday night against I'm not going to say cupcake because it's an NHL team, but the Canucks have stunk this year and they're stinking out loud right now. That's a game that you should be able to win with Hildeby in net. And that gives Wall, who's been banged up, and his injury history.
But he's not banged up.
I know, but an
now.
extra day, extra couple days, and then you go out on that grueling road trip and you start that game and him on Monday night against the Colorado Avalanche, extra fresh. I don't know. Just seems like a little bit of a chance to give him some extra rest.
I think
That's all.
Wall needs reps too, right?
Okay.
Because he's missed so much.
But
so
he's
there's
been
that
good.
fine line between protecting him or keeping him healthy and also going, if we were to start game 1 in a playoffs, we'd be pointing the finger at this guy.
It'd be Wall for sure.
It would be Wall.
I think you should give him a chance to feel good.
Sure.
Make sure you get the next 2 points, and then if you don't feel like Hildeby's been any worse, here's the Avalanche. And if he gives up a touchdown like everyone else, then at least Wall didn't have to wear that.
I mean, that's
protect
fair,
him a little.
but I don't think if your starting goalie is your starting goalie, you're not going to put Hildeby in there against the Colorado Avalanche.
I don't don't know.
right? If you think Wall's your starter.
Saturday, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. I'm telling you.
Wait, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday this week ahead?
The league,
great for our show.
The league is going to get goofy from here
Too much hockey.
to when it shuts down.
Yeah.
Somebody's going down.
It's too much hockey. It's way too much hockey.
I wouldn't be surprised if you see guys like protecting themselves, these Olympians, so desperate to be there and be a part of it. If I'm Tom Wilson, I'm done blocking shots or doing anything.
I don't
Did
think
Austin limp off of a block shot last night?
Yeah, hit him in the knee. Like, I don't know. This is my extremely, don't call me doctor here, but there's a spot on your knee where it seems like guys get hit, and it's
Right. Can we get it out there?
the numbing, like it numbs it, and it looks like they're gone for the whole game, and then they come back and they kind of have the feel. It's happened to Tavares a few times. I don't know.
Yeah.
There you go. There's my doctor
Put that
for
there.
you.
We should get out so we can get to those great calls.
Okay.
Yeah.
When we return, it's our Leaf line callers. How many, Sammy?
Lots. Don't say the names because I get to pick, so I don't want you to say the names.
Jeez, he's very
All
protective
right.
of that.
Well, I hope you get Joe and Etobicoke. That's all.
You're the worst.
All right, back after this. And at the top of the hour, Doug MacLean on our Off the Rails Friday. Don't go away. We're clear. That's according to Derek Brandale, Jake the Snake Schultz also, and our very own Ethan Jaja Gabor. All right, Sammy, what do you have for us?
Lots. Did you say Joe Etobicoke? Is that what you said?
I did. Yeah, I teed him up.
All right, let's play it.
Joe.
Let's go with
One guy I've been really impressed with over the last few days has been Machelli. Seems a lot more confident, really setting the tone as far as puck movement for this team. I think that's an area we've really improved on over the past few games. Was 13 games scratched, a bit too much for him? I think you can definitely look at it and say so. I think you can also certainly make the argument that 13 games was enough to kind of light a fire under his, get him going. I remember they asked Berube, I think halfway through that stretch of scratches for him, is he starting to get frustrated? Is he starting to get pissed off? And Berube said no. But, maybe he was kind of waiting for that emotion out of him before inserting him back into the lineup. And, he definitely doesn't look like someone they're going to take out anytime soon here.
So here's my total theory is that over the regular season, there are just checkpoints where there's energy and effort around the league. And the start of the season is like number 2. It's a big one, right? Everyone comes out of the gates, you're jockeying for ice time and whatever. Playoffs is obviously number 1. Trade deadline, you get a little push. There's these times where guys are going. This is the exact opposite of that. This is when everyone is injured, people are sick during the lineups are thin. This is where Duclair gets a hat trick and Texier gets a hat trick and Machelli looks really good. But then you get back to the hard games, and it's really hard for those guys again. So this is the pocket where those guys are going to look good.
God, I love that, Barney.
Thank you.
Yeah, and I'll add to it a little bit. When they brought him in, let's face it, you can look at Joshua, you can look at Nick Waugh, you can look at other players, but he was the guy that had, in theory, the highest amount of skill to come in and relieve whatever has been missing from Marner. And it didn't happen. And you're not that guy.
You're not that guy, pal.
And he's still not that guy. Yeah. So I think there's a level of acceptance from him now that whatever bar he had set for himself to come in and play with Matthews and be this guy who couldn't ever come up with 100 points, but maybe could come up with 60 or 70, that ain't him either. So whatever he's now in his mind, and even when he was coming off healthy scratches, it's not like there was a ton of pressure when he came back. There was like almost zero expectations for him to come back and like be the guy. And I just think, I watch him. He plays hard. He's making plays. Yeah, he coughs up the puck every once in a while, but nobody's watching him real closely enough to have these feelings of this guy's going to carry us to the promised land.
I think, there's no real
expectations have changed. What you're
lowered.
Fair.
And it's okay because guys get to relax when that happens too.
100%.
I just think there's no real precedent of a guy being in the league who's 5'8" and isn't a 60-plus point guy. Like maybe what Zuccarello have some seasons in the 50s, but he's competitive.
Oh, he's not Zuccarello.
No, that's what I mean. Like Zuccarello has so much more to his game. So who else? Like DeBrincat scores, he can get 40. Caulfield can get 40. If you're small, you better be real good. And so for Machelli, it's hard. I wonder if you could
Machelli's 5'11".
But let's face it, if the Leafs
actually, no way.
That's what
5'11".
I mean. That's what it says on his hockey DB. But there's no shot.
I'm shocked.
Yeah.
But if there was more depth or more secondary high-end skill, I'm not sure if you'd find a place for Machelli right now.
No.
But they have no choice.
Yeah. I mean, I don't argue at all with the premise that he's been very helpful. He's had a good run. He makes some plays. And
he's smiling. He looks like he enjoys himself.
The play he made to Riley last night should have been a freebie assist on the power play behind the back dish through the slot.
He's changed the power play.
Yeah. So yeah, he's been helpful, and maybe there's another gear yet.
Maybe. Yep.
Let's go for our an old friend here, Chuck Nelson.
You love Chuck.
I do love Chuck. Chuck Nelson. Maybe not. Chuck Nelson. Chuck Nelson.
Chuck!
Is Chuck out there?
Up, Chuck!
Gentlemen, Chuck Nelson here. Hope you're doing well. I got two quick things to say. First of all, I can't believe I'm saying this, but my new favorite Toronto Maple Leaf is Mr. Nick Robertson. Please don't trade this guy, honestly. Even if your season goes into the toilet and you go out and get, what were you saying, maybe a second rounder for him? So what? So you could try to draft Nick Robertson? Don't do it, man. That guy just plays with such heart, and he's just amazing. It's been amazing with him this year, and it's good genes in that guy's family. Second thing I want to say is I haven't had a drink in almost a year, but I think, Kip, you've been drinking my share because, honestly, William Nylander for Brandon Montour? Are you kidding me? You're going to trade the talented, best-looking player that we have for Brandon Montour? What's going on there, Kip? Come on.
Chuck.
Anyways, boys, keep up the great work. Go see my movies.
Chuck.
Chuck Nelson here.
Chuck, it was not a straight-up deal. I had another big defenseman coming, and I had Shane Wright coming.
Yes. The
And
trade would not be 1-for-1.
and maybe a second rounder.
Oh, okay.
A boatload for your boy,
Way to go,
Willie.
Chuck. Way to
What's going on there,
on
Kip?
the way.
Oh, that's a great drop. One more time, Derek.
What's going on there, Kip?
Oh, that's good.
Chuck now.
Let's go to Cody from Bracebridge.
I just wanted to know what Kipper thinks the return for Anthony Stolarz is if they can trade him. Beauty boys, we'll talk to you soon. Thank you so much.
Well, it would have to be another goalie.
What?
Yeah, okay, like New Jersey would love Stolarz right
But
now.
you're not taking. Don't even talk about Markstrom, bud.
But if
Don't
you
even
took
say the word.
Markstrom back and they ate 50%, you're right with the same salary.
$3 million Markstrom.
Even
Right?
way worse goalie. Why
And-
would the Leafs do that?
Because they could turn around and get a second rounder for him too.
For who?
Retained Markstrom.
Take Markstrom, give him Stolarz, and take a second round pick. And he's coming back at $3 million for 2 more years instead of
going on
Stolarz for
there?
4 years.
You know who's thought of this? Nick Kypreos. You've put thought into
No,
that.
tell me.
Well, so
You need assets.
Yeah.
And
Who's
if-
going to
if-
trade you a second round pick for Jacob Markstrom? Even half. He's
Can
got
you
a
not
million
just get a
$78.
second for Stolarz?
have you watched the New Jersey situation? Look how desperate Ottawa is. They went and got James Reimer. Are they getting ready for an alumni game? Why? James Reimer?
He's
They
8.
tried him
Has he played
here.
this year?
He couldn't sign here. That's the way you got to think. Is that, yeah, there are teams out there, and Stolarz may have to play a week or 2 to show everybody he's healthy.
You couldn't just get that pick for Stolarz, you don't think? That second? You
Then you
wanna
don't
help
have
out
to-
Jersey?
They won't have the room. It's all about making room. I don't think the Leafs, they won't keep Markstrom and just take Stolarz. They've already got Jake Allen there.
Mhm.
Like they can't
So you
can't
would-
load up. They
you
got to
would do
get
it
rid of
help them out,
somebody.
really.
I got to get another player out of that if I'm taking Markstrom at all.
Yeah, I'd rather just have Stolarz.
Yeah.
I'll take Markstrom with 2 more years at $3 million right now. If it came with an asset, a prospect, it came with something.
Sure.
I gotta load up the
but not
cupboards.
just a second round pick. I want
They're
like a player
bare.
who's going to play on the Leafs.
A second round pick. You can turn around, Sammy, and flip it for that guy.
Okay. Now we're
Do you
talking.
understand?
Well,
It's
kind of.
assets.
Kind of.
You got to build assets. Take that second rounder and move him in March, Sammy.
I don't know.
Do you understand how depleted the Leafs are to get your players that you think are going to maybe help them in March?
Yeah.
But I mean, both
I
of us
do.
have said that we don't want them to trade for anything multiple times.
No, yeah. I just think that in this case, it's like no one just wants the goalie. We can't just trade the goalie. Now we got to have Markstrom back. And
No, like I would just rather have Stolarz until the end of the
Who-
year, put
who's-
Hildeby on the Marlies and figure it out.
Who's competing for the Stanley Cup that still wants to make a goalie change that could take on salary?
yeah, I mean,
It's hard,
yeah.
JB. This is the world. I got to take some of your problems. You take mine.
Right. And so in the event that you're talking about that, it's, if they retain on Markstrom and add Stolarz, I don't think they're financially ahead any.
No, they're the same.
Yeah, so
They're the same, but they get a
Stolars.
fresh new face.
So yeah, you better get something good.
They get a hometown boy.
Right. Yeah. Then there better be something decent coming your way.
I'm just trying to figure out a way to not have.
That's just one. Hey, I haven't looked around, but that's just off the top of my head.
And then flip Markstrom maybe, and now you get 2 assets. All right.
Let's go to Bill in St. Catharines.
Sammy.
I like the start.
Everybody hates Brad Marchand. Everybody. But he's living rent-free in your head, son. You know he's watching this somewhere, and if he's not watching it, somebody's going to make him see it, and he's going to work you over, Sammy. In fact, he's already working you over, and everybody can see it. You got to take a pill. You got to chill a little bit, brother. It's only a game, and you're just a fan. Hopefully, one of the Loafs will take care of him tonight, and I don't know, maybe put him in his place.
Well,
enjoy the show as always. Talk to you again.
Bill, rent-free. He's in his kitchen making a big sandwich now.
He's in my kitchen slamming my cupboards, boys. He's in there looking for stuff.
That caller was basically Kunu, the character from Forgetting Sarah Marshall, Paul Rudge. Like, so cool. That guy's so stoned. He's not going to remember that call at all.
Let's go to Keith from Stratford.
This whole Austin Matthews thing with breaking Sundin's record. I've been trying to figure out why I'm not emotionally invested in this, and I think it's because I've spent years thinking he's going to leave. And even when he signed the big contract, there was still this idea. I feel like we've always felt as a fan base that Austin has one foot out the door. And no disrespect. I mean, he stays, he signs the big contract, he does all that stuff. But when you live in that fear constantly, it's like you can't cheer for him. Whereas Sundin, like, he was a Leaf and you knew it and you cheered it and loved it, and he came back and you knew it was like Leaf for life. Whereas Austin feels like, even you guys talking in those few days, like a week ago, we were talking like, do we move this contract? Does he ask to leave like other players ask to leave? And so I find it really hard as a Leafs fan to cheer for him when I feel like, am I just going to watch him walk out the door and leave this fan base when I love watching him play and I think he's a fantastic Leaf and all that stuff? It's just, there's always a part of me that thinks he's going to leave us.
Yeah, Keith makes a really good point here, because that's been from day one that he's never committed to a long-term deal.
Well, I mean, he's been here for 8 years.
Yeah,
I mean,
not the 8-year let Keith relax a little bit contract.
I think, Keith, that's a really unhealthy way to live in all your relationships. And in certain programs, they call that creating the wreckage of the future, where you're like so afraid of something that might happen that you can't enjoy the present. You don't know.
Hey, Keith. Good job, buddy. You watched Quinn Hughes bail. You watched Matthew Tkachuk bail.
Wait,
you should have your antennas up.
What's the difference between him and McDavid?
Nothing. Zero.
Okay.
And they're scared to death in Edmonton.
Yeah, they should be.
And they should be too.
They should be terrified.
Yeah. But that's the way it is. And you said it. These guys have all the pull now. All of it. It's all in their favor.
Imagine, though, you get 10 years of a Hall of Fame career and you spend none of it enjoying it because you're like, eventually they'll play somewhere else.
They didn't enjoy it because they got out of the playoffs once in the first round.
Oh, did
That's
they?
why.
Oh, thanks.
That's why you can't enjoy it.
They got out of the playoffs once. Okay.
Yeah.
They won the first round twice. I'm not sure.
Twice? Let's go to...
twice.
They did.
In
twice.
10 years.
Do you guys want to go to Daniel in Toronto? Our boy?
Yes.
You want to check in on his well-being? Let's go to Daniel from Toronto.
Oh, we got a new franchise-leading goal scorer. The bench is cleared. The skies parted. Leaf fans stopped yelling off with his head. We're no longer talking about potentially trading him. We're building a statue for him on Legends Row. Even the snow and ice has started to melt. And we know we're getting a new banner. It's a Matthews banner. It's not a Stanley Cup banner. It may feel like spring out there, but I know it's still winter. I know there's more pain coming. I'm sorry, Sammy. We've all been here before.
Oh, my gosh.
I actually
Trade the farm. The time is now. You know what most of your trade speculation has in common?
long
10 more years of darkness.
Oh my gosh.
Matthews, Nylander,
As long as it ends at
Berube,
some
Brad
point,
are all gone. We, the fans, are left with one empty cupboard to get through it. So use your poker analogies wisely. Do not go all in. We do not have the winning hand. We have a pair at best.
That is Daniel the Undertaker.
like reading a Cormac McCarthy novel or something. Bleak,
Luis,
dark.
let's go to Luis in Moncton.
Wow.
Let's go to Luis in Moncton.
Hi, guys. It's Louise calling from Moncton. I have a question about the Leafs power play. I think that they don't shoot enough. I'm just wondering if you guys feel the same way. Love the show. Watch it every day. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thanks, Luis. Oh, jinxie.
Luis, 100%. I texted you the moment I saw Bouchard in Winnipeg last night.
Yeah.
They go on a power play, and it's like, wow.
Kaboom.
Kaboom. Like, you can sit there and dump on him all you want about
And we have.
the defense, and we have. But that's why he makes over $10 million a year, because he can shoot the pill.
Yeah. I want to find the league leaders here in slap shots over 90 miles per hour, because every year he's the dude that just runs away with that stat. It comes
Right.
anywhere near him and he just hits it.
And
Auto hits
it's just not a threat for the Leafs. So if they're lucky enough to work it around and find Austin open on the wall or hash marks, God bless them. Give it a try. But most teams know it's coming. That's the challenge.
No, it hasn't been. The power play looks better for the Leafs, but it hasn't been, they've never had this sort of option, the Bouchard option.
How much time? I don't know if we have time for another one.
Oh, yeah. Go.
I don't know if we do.
Here, let me do.
We already did-
I found my category.
We already did Cody. Let's go Andrew in
Ooh,
Annapolis.
Bouchard. Sorry, Radish hits it more than Bouchard now. Darren Radish, the new superstar in the
Oh, my
league.
gosh.
Let's do Andrew in
He's-
Annapolis Valley.
He's on fire.
in the standings. Yeah, that'll do it. Yeah, I think that'll do it. Anyways, my grandma's name was Jaja. She was a lovely woman. Visa, baby. Visa, baby.
I don't even know what he even said there. It could have been a swear. I have no idea.
I missed the very beginning.
He said that the Leafs are climbing the standings. Yeah, that'll do it.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, that'll do
I
it.
think you should leave reference in the show. Will do well.
13 Eastern Conference teams played last night. 9 of them got points.
Great.
It's
just like
it's tough.
Eastern Conference team beats a Western Conference team, or two Eastern Conference teams go to overtime.
like a tiger.
Most 100-plus mile-per-hour shots, Louis Crevier with 3 on the Chicago Blackhawks. Ryan Pulock, Colin Miller, Morgan Geekie.
Morgan Riley not in that list?
Let me check. No, your name's not on there. Better luck next year.
Our thanks to all of you on Leaf Line who called in today. Up next, what the heck is going on in Ottawa? Do we dare ask Doug MacLean? We go national next on Off the Rails Friday. All right, it's the National Hour on the Real Kyper and Bourne Show. We are live on Sportsnet, Sportsnet 650 in Vancouver, Sportsnet 960 in Calgary, and streaming always on Sportsnet Plus. Also available on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and give us a thumbs up on YouTube as well. Nick Kypreos, Justin Bourne, Sammy McKee, Jake the Snake Schultz, Derek Brandale, and Ethan Jaja. Gabor.
We have Olympic arena ice news stuff. Oh, we have other things to talk about first.
Yeah.
We got plenty. Jam-packed. As a reminder, this hour, Real Kyper and Bourne, brought to you by Bet365. Sammy, you want some texts at the end of the show, 590-590?
We would love.
We would love it. Doug MacLean in a few minutes, but before that, let's just touch a little bit on this Ottawa Senators story, which got worse with a thumping last night in Colorado.
Yeah, poorly timed.
But this all revolves around Linus Ullmark, who left the team December 28th, was granted a leave of absence for the Ottawa Senators. A lot of things have gone and run wild a little bit on the internet, which forced, I guess, the Ottawa Senators to come out with a statement, Sammy.
They did. Would you like me to read it?
Yeah.
Should we lay out what they're responding to before we read the statement?
Well, I mean, if you're listening to a hockey show, you probably, I'm not going to get into the details of it, but there's some pretty nasty rumors on the internet about the Ottawa Senators, some teammates, all that. I don't really want to give validity to it. I don't necessarily want to say it.
Yeah, no, don't go there. We don't need to go there.
Okay.
Yeah,
they just need to know that they are responding to basically online.
Our organization was extremely disappointed to read the completely fabricated and false stories that are spreading around social media about our hockey club. Linus is away from our team for personal reasons that he has the entire organization's support. We ask that people respect his privacy, but clearly that request was not heard by the lowest forms of trolls and sick people who scour the internet. We are disgusted that our outside forces are attempting to disrupt our hockey club. This statement will be put an end to the ridiculous speculation that has spread online, from Steve Staios.
It's crazy. Like, I will just say, like, public organizations sounding like, chat responses are crazy. This is like a new thing in the past few years that now you don't have to sound like a professional. I don't know. I feel like that can be worded in a different way, but I guess it's semantics. They're making a point.
Yeah, the point is that we're backing up our player, and I get all of that. I've never seen it. We've been around a long time. I was in the era of non-online.
Online?
Yeah, exactly. And now seen it on the other side. And I've never seen a team respond so much to just online.
Yeah.
And it's such a slippery slope if you want to go down that path, man. You're going to be 24/7 if you're going to start responding to online things. And my general feel of being around this thing for a while now is that whatever it feels like, that they're like 10 texts could feel like 100 texts. It's not the case.
Yeah.
And I think the Ottawa Senators, all they did was just grab people that had no idea about any of
What
this.
are they talking about? I believe they call that the Streisand effect. You ever heard of that before?
No, tell me.
Barbara Streisand was trying to like hide the fact that she had this like $30 bajillion mansion. She wasn't like, proud of it, wanted it to be private. Someone put it on like Wikipedia or one of those places. She sued to get them to take it down, and people only found out about the house because of the lawsuit. Through the lawsuit, people are like, what? She has a mansion? And it drew attention to this thing she was trying to hide.
That's exactly what's happened here.
That's very loose interpretation of my understanding.
Do you think that we would be talking about this today without the statement?
It gave us the permission to openly talk about it rather than use innuendo.
Almost scared to ask that question to our next guest.
I'm going to take my headphones off.
He is former NHL president, GM, head coach, and now the star of Off the Rails Friday, Doug MacLean. How's it going?
Thanks for having me on, guys.
Hey, listen, I want to apologize all those years ago when you fell face first on Bloor Street with vertigo because, and I'm starting to get messages now this week that vertigo has really affected my opinions lately on this show.
Well, I've battled it for a number of years.
What's going
and
on
it's
there,
affected
Kip?
my opinions forever.
Well, I'm feeling better. So
You remember when I fell face first on Bloor Street, though, and I was on the radio the next day, obviously Hockey Central noon, and I come in and the girls put the makeup to me and, covered me in makeup. I wore a hat on the air. Like, I walked into McDonald's on Bloor Street because all I could feel was blood and that I lost my face. And I walked in and they thought I was shot at the Bloor Street McDonald's. And then the girls fixed me up. And then I landed in Florida that afternoon. And Jill couldn't believe her eyes when she picked me up at the airport. Like, what happened to you? I said, it wasn't a dozen beer, hun. It was vertigo.
Yeah, it'd be a tough sell.
my first thought was Ty Domi got a hold of you.
He doesn't scare me.
Oh, yes.
When I'm in Florida.
Yes. Mac, just talking about the Ottawa Senators and just whether or not it was a good thing to put out a press release. You want to defend your player. I'm sure over your career as an executive, you've been many times feeling like you got to back up your player. But where does this sit with you?
Al Morganti, that summed it up really well today when he said, what are you doing adding gasoline to the fire with that commentary that came out of the Sens? And look, I understand. I get where they are. This is devastating to this franchise for me right now because this was going to be a breakout season after making the playoffs last year, poised to take a major step and had a great start to the season. But it's all been around their goaltending. Ullmark, with the worst save percentage in the league, struggled for a long early part, and then this hits them between the eyes. And to me, it's a horrific desperation situation. And right now, the players don't know what to think of it. The coaches don't know what to think of it. And the general manager and president of hockey ops don't know what to do or don't know what to do about it. Because this is a situation, I've never come across this in my lifetime, 24 years or 25 years in the NHL and 10 years in media. I've never come across something this bizarre. And then when this comment comes out last night, I'm thinking, no, don't go there, guys. Just figure this out. Find out when this guy is coming back and get prepared. This is a team that goes into Detroit the other day and dominate the game, and they're losing 3-0 because of horrific goaltending. And they go into Utah and play a great road game, and they lose because of bad goaltending. And today they sign Reimer. I mean, look, it's a desperation situation for a franchise that should be on a major high this year. Nobody knows what happened. Obviously, he's not injured. Obviously, nobody really knows. So I think what's got to come next is, when is he coming back to the team? I don't care what it's all about. I've heard a lot of things, and I hope it's not true, but I hope that they can get a timeline as to when he's come back. Well, he shows up at a game the other night in Ottawa and sits in a private box.
So generally, Mac,
and doesn't go near the dressing room. Like, come on, what is going on here?
Generally,
this makes no sense.
Generally, when someone takes a leave of absence, it's to be away or stay away or respect someone's privacy. He shows up, and I'm not sure anyone knew he was showing up. And
then he was on the ice the other day with a coach. I don't know who the coach was, but he was on the ice, I was told. So I just think they need a timeline, like the coaching staff, management, get a timeline as to when this guy is getting back in. Because, I mean, what are they? I mean, they've lost 6 of their last 8 games, and this is a playoff race that you can't afford to go 6-8. 6 out of 8 losses and try to have a chance to get back in it. All of a sudden, Buffalo looks really good. I mean, Detroit aren't losing. People are getting points every night. So, look, I don't know what it is. I feel bad for them, to be quite honest, because I'm a fan of this team. And I also look at a couple of guys on that team that are saying, I'm not going to get hurt. I'm not going to get hurt. I want to go to the Olympics. I want to play in the Olympics. I'm not going to play too hard because I'm not going to get hurt. And I'm thinking, oh, that's all they need. Anyway.
That can't be Brady Tkachuk. Like,
I didn't. Hey, listen, I'm not an idiot. I'm not throwing out names.
He's been underwhelming since he's been back.
Yeah, he has been underwhelming. There's no denying that. So, look, it's a terrible situation, to be quite honest. The unknown, I can't imagine. You wonder why the fans are going ballistic, because I have never seen it where there's absolutely there's a statement that comes out, ripping somebody on Twitter, basically, and whatever they said. But I'd like to see a statement come out saying, okay, this is where we are. This is when our $8 million goaltender is coming back to play for a team that should be in the playoff race.
The question I think a lot of people would want me to ask, that I think we're trying not to, is do you think there's anything to it? Like this, it makes sense, Doug, to me, watching a team that should be really good, that's struggling. Is there drama between teammates? And I mean, you probably have some experience seeing drama between teammates in your dressing rooms in the past. If there is, what now?
I didn't have a lot of drama. I mean, I remember coming that Lyle Odeline's wife and Christoph Olawa's wife got into and Lyle was injured and or Olawa was injured, and they got into a major battle in the stands, and that was okay.
Yeah.
They battled in the stands. Then the next thing I know, my captain, Lyle Odeline, and Olawa are fighting in the parking garage, in a fist fight in the parking garage. And that's in the media the next day. And, but those were things that were easy to deal with.
I'm really going to resent asking this question, but why was it okay that they're fighting in the stands?
Okay. They're fighting in a parking garage. It's okay.
Well, it was Christoph Olawa was trying to get by Lyle's wife, and I didn't understand all the history that had between the two of them in New Jersey. Then it became it was a fist fight in the parking garage, and that, so anyway. It was minor compared. At least I could come out with a statement that they had a disagreement.
Yeah, right.
All right, I don't know where to go after that.
I didn't get the question answered, and we should move on anyway, I think.
How about those Leafs?
Mac, I asked these guys at the top of our Leaf Hour edition of our show, are the Leafs good again?
I still question if they're good enough to make the playoffs when I'm watching Buffalo the way they're playing. All of a sudden, have you watched Josh Norris play in Buffalo? And the way that line is playing, and all of a sudden you're thinking, this is a good-looking team. You got Zucker and Tuck on one line, and then you've got Thompson, Doan, and Krebs on another line. That's a good top six. And then you look at their top four in the blue line, and I'm thinking, watching them, I don't know if the Leafs are good enough to finish ahead of this team. And I don't know if they're good enough to finish ahead of Detroit. And, there's so many teams in there. I don't know if they're good enough. I mean, I'm happy they're picking up points, and obviously the power plays come alive and things like that. But I don't know if they're good enough to get in, guys. I really don't.
I mean, it's a very fair question. I think the Buffalo Sabres thing is interesting, because I wonder if there's a world where people look back at Josh Norris for Dylan Cousins and go, Buffalo did pretty good there.
Well, they did pretty good. And Norris has got the history of, look, it's not a knock on Ottawa, because Cousins has been good too. I think it was a fair trade for both teams, and I like it for both teams. But I go back to what I talked about a couple of weeks about the importance of the top defenseman in your group. And you look at who Buffalo have in their top four on their back end, and you look at who Detroit have in their top four on their back end. And guys, the potential is absolutely, the potential that's turning into stars quickly is overwhelming. How good they have a chance to be, those two teams, with the talent they have in the back end, and the
Byram.
step that Simon's taken.
Byram, Dahlin.
Right.
Buffalo going to move off that excess, traded deep.
Star. But Power is not there yet, but he still has a chance. And then you look at Detroit with the group they have in their back end. I mean, I don't know if the Leafs are going to be better than these two teams, and who's going to miss. to get in the playoffs here. It's that much of a dogfight.
You're watching and listening to Doug McLean.
By the way, I hate to bring this up.
Oh, no.
But did you see Marner last night with Riley Smith and Stone and the show he put on at center ice, playing center? But
no, we did not. We went to bed early.
And won a bit. Well, I didn't see the Toronto-Philly game because I was watching Miami and Ole Miss. And I was more intrigued by that than I was Philly and the Leafs. But that's okay. My daughter's at my University of Miami grad, so I have to support the Hurricanes.
Do you like Vegas's chances of getting Rasmus Andersson, because that's been the strongest link so far?
It wouldn't surprise me. I mean, Kelly and George McPhee will do whatever it takes, and they've got the support of their owner to do whatever it takes. They find ways of fitting guys in. Do they have the assets to move? I guess they do. I mean, they really feel, the Pietrangelo is such a hole that, are they good enough to contend without another defenseman? Maybe not. But it wouldn't shock me that they would pull something off. Wouldn't shock me in the least.
I want to ask you about a team that lost 11 straight games now, the Winnipeg Jets, or haven't won in 11 straight games. What are they going to do, Doug? Like, the team was first last year. They're last.
Like, they've won 3 of their last 23 games or something. Like, I can't believe this.
I know.
With the talent they have. I know Hellebuck's been injured. I get all that. But there's something wrong there. And Chevy's got to do something. I don't like to see people lose their jobs, and I'm not one to ever advocate that. You know that on this show. I'd never say that somebody should be fired.
Mark Savard may think differently a little bit.
But, something's got to give here. Something's got to give here. This has gotten ridiculous, how this team is playing. And if they don't do something in the next week, it's going to be too late.
Can you repeat that and just take Winnipeg out and put New Jersey in?
Well, I don't know what's going on. I mean, I had them picked as a contender in this year. I really did. I thought, I didn't know Hughes was going to hurt himself at a team function and put them behind the 8 ball. I mean, but when I watched the other night and you leave a goaltender in for 9 games or 9 goals, a franchise like your number 1 goalie, and you leave him in for 9 games and I get an explanation he's going to fight his way back. Like, are you serious? And by the same token, there was no pushback from the team in that game. Zero pushback from the New Jersey Devils. I can't imagine where Fitzy's head is right now. Tommy Fitz, I mean, he's got to be losing it, but they have not looked good. We saw them in Toronto. We saw them in Columbus. I mean, they just didn't look like the same team. And I had them as a team to challenge this year. I really did.
Maybe Allmark for Markstrom and work around a package there. Help each other out a little bit. Fresh changes.
Well, if Allmark would give them a timeline, if he's going to be back in the next month or 3 months or 6 months, I mean, maybe you could make a trade. I'd certainly try. I'll tell you that.
Have you ever made a trade just because your team needed something different? Like, you were talking about the Devils waiting for something to happen. The Quinn Hughes thing doesn't happen. Right now, it's just someone going to lose their job. Like, we need to just get a new body in there so you could say, new checkpoint from here, maybe we'll do good.
I think it happens. There's no doubt about that. I can't recall any, where it really was because of that, because when you're an expansion GM, it's a totally different deal, unless you're today's expansion GMs with Vegas and the way they have hit the ground running so strong, but I don't recall. But I mean, you certainly, it drives you absolutely batty when you're a GM and you're going through what these teams are going through right now, especially the way Winnipeg are projected to be, the way Jersey's projected to be, the way the Leafs are projected to be. Like, it's hard on the head. And and Ottawa, the way they're going when expectations were high, they're desperately trying to do something, but to make trades in today's NHL is not an easy deal. It really isn't.
Connor Bedard makes his return tonight, Mac. If it's him, Bennett, some of these guys, I got to think they're right on the cusp of maybe an injury or two away from playing in the Olympics. Do you expect him to be shot out of a cannon, this kid?
Yeah, look, I mean, he's been really good. I mean, we talked about him a month ago on this show, and you guys poo-pooed me. I talked about Schaefer on this show. You guys poo-pooed me. I mean, you made me look like an idiot, actually, when I brought up both their names in the last month. You know, did you guys happen to notice Schaefer against the Leafs last week?
Yeah, he was pretty good.
After I talked about it? Or not? I don't know if you did.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
I don't know
Scout
if you
extraordinaire
noticed.
Doug MacLean discovered Matthew Schaefer. Great work on the road, Doug.
No, I didn't discover him, but I said that maybe he should be a consideration for that team. He's only better than 5 of the guys on their back end right now. But anyway, don't worry about that. And Connor Bedard's been real good too. Bennett is the one that still drives me batty, but some guys are going to get in there. I still go back to it. Who do you want on your team? Cirelli, or Bennett? Who do you want on your team? Like, come on. You know,
I think
it doesn't
they
make sense
answered
to me, but that's okay. John Cooper's a lot smarter than I am, and Doug Armstrong's a lot smarter than I am, and that's okay. I'll leave it at that. By the way, I've got to bring up Tyler Larder.
My
Before I forget,
Baltimore
Jimmy.
skipjack, Washington Capital teammate.
I get a note from people in PEI that asked me if I would write a letter of recommendation for Tyler Larder for the Prince Edward Island Sports Hall of Fame. And as you guys are well aware, I'm a member of the Prince Edward Island Sports Hall of Fame.
Of course.
I was inducted in.
They clearly don't know or watched you on our show.
Strip him of his membership.
So anyway, I send a letter recommending Tyler today, and I said I wanted to bring his name up on the Real Kyper show because I know he's a big fan of the show. And I just wanted to mention his name because he and Nick were teammates with the Baltimore Skipjacks when I coached them. When I coached them both, I was the head coach of the Skipjacks, and both of them. Tyler was a rookie, Nick was a veteran. So Tyler sends me a note today to tell Kippy he's a big fan of the show, and that he recalls in 80. I don't know what year it was, 88, 89, whatever it was.
I don't know.
Tyler had 2 goals and 3 assists against New Haven in the series. Nick had 3 goals and 2 assists. They were line mates. Nick gets called up to Washington to never come back to Baltimore. And Tyler got a Player of the Week plaque that he still owns. That's what he got out of it. And ended up playing 1 game in his career in the NHL with Washington. And Nick, of course, goes on to have this illustrious career.
Oh, yeah, really?
Made him.
Listen,
I just Googled a skipjack.
If you came on and told that story and you don't get him in PEI Hall of Fame, you're in big trouble, my friend.
Mac, maybe since we're just playing Let's Name a Guy, this is a much bigger name in hockey history. Glenn Hall recently passed away. I've been talking with Daryl Sutter about this man, and just what an absolute legend and one of the all-time greats.
Consecutive streaks.
502 straight starts as a goalie.
But listen to this. I listened to him the other night. I saw this clip of Bobby Plager flying to Alberta and driving up to Glenn Hall's home to meet with him and do a feature. And Glenn Hall said, Bobby Plager, who I was an assistant coach with me in St. Louis, one of my all-time favorite guys, Bobby, all-time favorite guys. So he says to Glenn, well, you had that record of 508 games or whatever it was, streak. And Glenn Hall says, what? 508 games? If you consider my run in the minors, I was 1,050 games without coming out of the net. What's with these guys always have to come out of the net after 1 game? I went 1,056 games without coming out of the net. So, I guess and then he showed the equipment. Anyway, I thought it was I loved the interview of Bobby interviewing Glenn Hall, and it was within the last couple of years. And you're right. What a legend in the game, and what an unbelievable goalie coach for so many NHL goaltenders. And I can only imagine what he was like as a mentor for so many goaltenders. I believe it was with the Calgary Flames organization that he was with for a long time.
Do you think that any current NHL goaltender who for sure have never heard of Glenn Hall can like guilt themselves into maybe a back-to-back game?
That would be tough. We got guys who can't even get on the ice to practice for weeks at a time.
So fragile.
I mean, look, that would playing back-to-backs it's just not fair to goaltenders. It's just not fair.
Mac,
I know. I remember when I was coaching Van Beesbrook, and I would take him out of the net and put Mark Fitzpatrick in to try to give Fitzy like 15, 20 games. Beezer wouldn't speak to me. He wouldn't talk to me. So I'd say, oh, geez, Beezer's mad. I mean, well, yeah, he wants to play. He wants to play every game, So now.
Who's at fault? Who's at fault for this? Like sleep doctors, analytics, nutrition. Like who decided, hockey people or non-hockey people, that this workload isn't conducive?
It was guys like Bourne. These analytics guys are the guys that come up with it. Come on, you know that.
I went 10 years and I didn't miss a game, Doug. I also just got out of the way of being hit. But
hey,
it's true.
Yeah. Were you a goalie?
No.
Were you a goalie?
No, give me some credit. No, I was a floating winger.
I looked up your hockey DB, but it didn't.
I scored like a goalie. Is that the joke?
Anyway,
you're not allowed to miss a Friday now.
What's that? Yeah, like seriously, I'm here every Friday.
Nah, you're mailing it in lately too. Last couple of years, you go, you
get what you pay for.
You go to the mountains. You claim no reception. These are lame, unlike Glenn Hall. Like,
by the way, I did charge my iPad today so that I wasn't looking at that battery dying across the top of the screen. So anyway, look, guys, it's been a lot of fun, and yeah, we've got a few issues going on in the league that I hope get resolved for the.
You got another one for us? Give us another one.
So they get a chance to get in. What?
Yeah. Any issues at all? Like, has Sammy been sending you pictures of the arena at the Olympics?
It's fine.
It's good.
Yeah, I guess it looks good. I mean, it looks real good. They did there today what I used to do in Columbus when we had the practice facility attached to the big building, and money was tight. I used to have our guys drop the clock. They'd drop the clock in the big rink, and the teams that come in, they'd want to practice on the big ice. And I'd say, no, we're doing some work. We got the clock down. You got to go on our practice facility and practice over there. And they thought I was hurting them because, I was sending them to the practice facility, which was just a walkway down the hall. No, that's not why I was doing it. I was doing it so I could charge the team $250 an hour for the practice facility. And it was in the main ice. I had to let them on for nothing.
That's not true. That's not true. Tell me that's
Are
not
you serious?
True.
I'm serious.
You cheap bastard.
I remember I walked over to watch whoever Keenan was coaching at that time, and he was screaming, yelling, why are we on? And then I started screaming at Keenan. We were in a screaming match at the press facility, and it was all about $250 to come back to us for rent.
Send him an invoice? That's hilarious.
NHL.
NHL.
Yeah, this is the NHL, the biggest, greatest hockey league in the world. $250, please. All right, Mac. All good, my friend.
Hey, well, you didn't ask. Reimer's the new goalie in Ottawa. Is that true?
You told us that.
Well, I feel good about that, so we'll see what happens.
All right, those are your sends, man. I know you're pulling for them.
Okay, guys. Thanks a lot for having me on. I really appreciate it again. And I'm having trouble coming up with stuff. It's really, I've lost interest in the show, to be quite honest.
There's drama between the hosts.
You're not helping right now.
I gotta put out a statement here.
Okay, yeah, we're gonna put out a statement after you leave, eh?
And listen, all the best with the vertigo, Nick.
Thank you, my friend.
All the best.
Thank you.
Okay,
all right,
bud. See you later.
Doug MacLean, everybody. He's lost interest in our show.
That $250 story.
That's bonkers to own an NHL franchise and be worried about an hourly rate.
Yeah, he's not kidding.
That's insane to me. By the way, Sammy probably has vertigo. I do want to note for the viewers at home, this is our first day as a show having a Montreal Canadian sweater.
Yeah.
We will now.
Has anyone noticed that
It'll
this,
never be back.
This
It
killed.
will be back.
It will
So
never be back.
just to
Had a big
bring
win over
everybody
the
up to
Panthers last
speed,
night.
It'll be back.
we
Part of the
we said something to our boss Ryan Fabro that we got no jerseys, and somehow
Asked
he
for a budget to
he
buy
found a cupboard
Sam.
somewhere full of jerseys.
Came down with Habs, Flames, White,
Yeah.
Winnipeg,
We've
I
been
think
asking
Vancouver.
the teams this whole time.
Yeah, I did ask
Nothing.
the teams.
And then he says, "Yeah." So all that tells me is Ryan Fabro doesn't even listen to our show. He pretends he does.
Here's one thing I know
But
for
if
sure.
he's
That's
waited,
not true.
if he's waited a year and a half to bring us jerseys,
I don't think he
he's
knew
not
about the
paying
secret stash.
attention.
He didn't know about the jersey stash.
Wow. I got to find out where that jersey stash.
We
See
still
what
need a
else is there.
Canucks jersey if Canucks PR is listening.
Yeah, we'll take a jersey from any team if they're listening.
Sure, doesn't have to be Canadian.
Yeah, well, we'll take them. We have a Utah jersey.
Yeah, I know.
It's game time. Presented by Bet365. Visit the app, latest odds, and see why it's ever ordinary at Bet365. Must 19 plus. Ontario only. Please play responsibly. I'm just going to highlight a fabulous weekend of NFL football we have this weekend. It's Super Wild Card weekend. Gets started tomorrow afternoon with the Rams and the Carolina Panthers. Maybe not the sexiest matchup, but the Saturday night game for me is probably the premier game of the weekend. It's the Chicago Bears hosting the Green Bay Packers. One of the more traditional rivalries in all of sports. Only ever played twice in the playoffs.
No kid. Well,
I think once in the early
the actual
2010s.
NFL playoffs only 50 years old or 50, whatever it is.
Once in the 2010s and like once in the 40s, like pre-Super Bowl. So they've barely ever played. I'd say some major disrespect for the Chicago Bears, which is great for them. They are underdogs at home against the banged up Green Bay Packers. Give me the Chicago Bears on the money line at plus 105 on Saturday night.
Sammy.
No more. And the last one I wanted to bring up, our local team, Buffalo Bills. Josh Allen's best chance to make it to the Super Bowl with no Mahomes, no Burrow, no.
Can't lose.
Can't lose. Has to go.
Can't lose.
Which is funny because they're a 6 seed.
Yeah, and they're playing the Jacksonville Jaguars, who are actually really good and have been one of the best teams in the league. It is minus 110 on the money line for the Buffalo Bills. So a parlay of those two teams plays plus 291. Give me the Bills. Give me the Bears. And that was Game Time, presented by Bet365. Visit the app for latest odds and see why it's never ordinary at Bet365. Must 19 plus. Ontario only. Please play responsibly.
Any worry about Buffalo's defense?
Oh, tons of worry.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, huge worry about them. But you got to hope that Josh Allen goes Superman and just kind of carries them. What guys have done.
I cheer for the Jets. I hope that does not happen.
Oh, so yeah.
All right.
That's fair.
Everybody take a deep breath after Doug MacLean.
Text from not just Toronto.
It's Friday.
Every week I have to ask.
Yes.
All
Not
of
How
Canada.
about some Montreal Canadians?
Yeah. No one
Let's hear
listens to us
from
in Montreal.
Montreal.
with our brand new jersey.
It is.
And it looks fantastic.
Beautiful, beautiful sweater.
Yeah. If you're into toilet seat logos, it's a great jersey.
Oh, stop it.
Oh, my God.
All right. Your texts when we return to Real Kyper and Bourne. As a reminder, this hour of Real Kyper and Bourne brought to you by Bet365. Nick Kypreos, Justin Bourne, Sammy McKee. All right.
So, Chris Johnson went over to Milan Cortina.
Good.
To watch.
Did he pick up a hard hat and a hammer?
Did he bring
Great
his stuff?
question.
So he sent out, he did a story about the rink, and they published it on The Athletic. But he sent out a tweet saying, like, there's a big hole in the ice and there's a delay or whatever. And there's this guy I've been following, Flowy. I think everybody kind of started following him. He plays for one of the Italian Italian league teams that played in this tournament today. Yeah. And he sent out a tweet saying, it was a small hole that was fixed in 5 minutes. Ice was really good. I was surprised how good it was, and it will only get better. So
we're not too worried about
the positivity.
But it is remarkable how big of a story this is and how much of the interest there is on running out of time here.
Well, it has Firefest vibes.
Yeah.
You ever hear Firefest, Kip? It was like
But
Ja
I
Rule.
just learned about Barbara
Streisand
Streisand.
effect. Ja Rule hosted like a giant concert on this island, right? Somewhere in the Caribbean or something.
Never watched a documentary, actually.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Very poorly organized. They didn't have any planning. It was an absolute mess. There was bad weather. People were very sick. People might have died. It was very bad. Either way. Bread and cheese sandwiches, I'm getting in my ear from Brandeo.
Yeah.
This has bread and cheese sandwich vibes to me.
So the Athletic
Ja Rule's involved with the planning is what I'm saying of the Olympics.
The Athletic sends CJ to Russia. He reports on a hole on the ice.
No, they're in
and
Italy.
he's coming back home. Or I'm sorry, Italy.
Russia.
Sorry.
If I'm CJ, I'm like, I'm just going to stick
Yeah,
around
maybe
until
he's
the game.
he's going to take a detour. But no, you send him to Italy to report on a hole, and now he comes home.
I don't know. Amazing if they do. I would love organizations to take news.
Is it 2 holes in 2 days? Now stick around. He may have to just stay there until the tournament starts.
If I were him, I would suggest. I volunteer to do that job.
We'll go.
What about stalls? Bathroom stalls.
They're not going to have those.
So Sid's dad shows up for a game and looks and doesn't find a seat.
Yeah, I mean, this is all very possible. I have no idea. All I know is it's not going to be flawless, right? Like, there's no way the women start playing in like 3 weeks, something like that.
There's no way it's perfect.
But if the ice is good, the hockey will be good, and everything else.
But it has to be a good experience for people going to the arena. That's
more people are watching at home.
Really?
Well,
screw them?
No, not screw them, but I mean,
here's what
hockey should be good.
Let's start off with another thought about the Olympics. This is from Sean in Vancouver. Thanks for the crap gold medal game time. 5:30 a.m. Way to show off your stars. So
is that what they're doing?
It's I guess it'd be 1:30 local in
That's
Italy.
already done.
It's 8:30 a.m. here for the gold medal game.
No
and it's 5 a.m.
It's already done.
Yeah, it's 8:30.
3:30 locally would cut it. Give them a little wake up.
8:30 a.m. Like I think the game times are 10:40, 3:10. There's a bunch of different times.
I gotta say, a core life memory for me though is waiting at line for the foggy dew at 5 a.m. for the 2014 morning Olympics.
Clearly, they were.
I had an interesting experience. Maybe I won't tell that story about my buddy on that.
Clearly, they're scared to go up against our show from 4 to 6 p.m. Eastern.
I don't think that's the case. Maybe.
I think it had a lot to do with it.
Maybe it is.
This
We got text?
Yeah, that was from Sean in Vancouver.
Oh, that's okay.
Now this is really pushing it with the Habs. You asked for Habs stuff.
Let's do it.
Who's your guys' favorite Habs players of all time? Mine would be Larry Robinson from Mark in the bullpen.
I think that's a wonderful question, and you're going to hate my answer, everyone. Scott Gomez. I love Scott Gomez. Such a fun guy.
Oh,
Such a great player. But Guy Lafleur is probably
it's a bit of a better answer.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Mine is an unserious
You were just,
answer.
and I was a Leaf fan, but he just scared the heebie-jeebies out of all of us coming down the wing. You know, Jacques Lemaire was sneaky, not superstar, but just, I mean, he was a superstar.
Yeah.
But just didn't have that flash, but he was so good too.
You know, there's lots to like on the, my era, more remembering the 92 Cup, or was it 93, whatever year it was, the Habs one there, the Vinny Damfuses of the world. Always enjoyed watching him play, but Patrick was my answer.
So hold on, just on the Habs.
Easy answer for me is Nick Suzuki.
Okay. Nick?
Yeah, shout out Owen Sound. It's a big point of pride that he was such a great attack player, made the Olympic team. makes me sick that he plays for the Habs, but he's by far my favorite Habs player of all time. Shout out, Nick.
So I'm sure we took a little bit of the chin, me and you, because we picked San Jose over Montreal as a team that you would rather. How'd you phrase it earlier this week?
Whose future would you rather have?
Yes. And we picked Celebrini for obvious reasons. You go with the mega superstar that you could probably build and sell around, but it's not even close if you were to pick a team that could win a Stanley Cup faster. It's Montreal all day long.
Yeah, that's not the question. Right? And even, people were like, Montreal's way better. It's like, yeah, they are. We're picking about whose future would you rather have. And to me, that's picking ceilings and longevity rather than this season.
Oh, did we get in trouble for that?
No, but I think people were like, Montreal's better than San Jose.
Yeah, they are.
And it's like, and they're closer to winning a Stanley Cup than San Jose.
Demidov is awesome.
But, I would also say that the Sharks have a way worse roster or in a playoff spot on the backs of one player.
Yeah.
Yeah, also their division, for sure, is much softer.
That Kapanen is really taken Montreal to another level too.
He's been a bright spot for sure.
We're done?
Yeah, we're good.
Okay. How about some love for the Penguins? Sid keeps turning back the clock, and this team is playing much better than anyone expected. Dan Muse has done a really good job. Love the show. Winston from Hawksville.
Listen, I appreciate them. I really do. And it's fun to watch. It's great. But, Sid and Malkin, it's like watching Thelma and Louise. They're going to go to the cliff real soon here. And where's your team after that? A year? Can they win the Stanley Cup for Sid in this year or next year? And then
no.
Where are they?
Well, you're locking this Penguins team into a future of Minnesota Wildian before the superstars, where you're 10th to 20th for 20 straight years. It's like you can't. They didn't have the fortitude to make a hard decision, and so they're just going to be okay.
Don't you think Kyle Dubas, deep down, just wants the team to not be in a position
I do think
this?
Yes, I do think that. But I do think
so he can sell off a few pieces.
You can't betray the legacy of Sid and the whole thing.
No, you can't.
So he's kind of
handcuffed.
Sammy?
Okay. I just think, why are you going to, you're in a playoff spot. He's one of the greatest players in the history of the league who plays for your team and is under contract for 2 more years, and he's playing great and your team's playing great. Why don't you just keep playing great?
Because you're not great.
But why do you always have to think about the future? Sure, you can trade Sid. Sure, he's going to go, but he's awesome and he's on your team and you have him under contract for 2 more years. It's but you got to rebuild. So you have freaking Sidney Crosby.
There are some nights with Sid.
They suck. I get it.
They have 10,000 people in the building.
Sure. Okay, so trade him away, then see how many people go.
Well, you build a winner. That's what you got to do.
You're not. Yeah. And the only way they get rid of Sid is if Sid goes, I'm ready. Mm-hmm. So I'm not looking at Sid.
You think he'd look at the Avs and go, they're pretty good?
I'm looking at the pieces around Sid. If Sid wants to retire a Pittsburgh Penguin, then it's over.
Was there ever an update?
Move around it.
Yeah, on Landeskog's injury. Has anyone heard anything on that? I'm just...
Do they call it upper body?
Yeah, I think that was it. Anyway.
Another Habs-related text.
All right.
It's the Habs hour here because we don't talk about the Habs enough. I want to thank Sammy for chirping the Habs a few weeks ago about calling up Fowler. They've got 23 out of a possible 30 points since then. Keep running your mouth.
Is that good? 23 or 30? What's that? Playoff?
Well,
congrats.
Our boy Valley did some Valley dating there.
Yeah.
On him.
This guy is supposed to be awesome. He's supposed to be awesome. And I don't know anything more than that. 23 or 30 is pretty good. Yeah.
I'm just saying that people are all over me about that. So,
yes.
Brett from Calgary here. Why does everyone keep saying Rasmus Andersson is going to Vegas? Please tell me what they have to trade us, because looking at their roster and picks, nothing there makes sense. We already have their first-round pick this year, so we're going to get their first-rounder next year and the year after. Thanks, boys. Love the show.
Great question.
So what picks do they have available left?
Well,
Vegas.
They have their 20, 27, and 28 first. They have all their second rounders the next 3 years. They've got all their picks, basically. They have all their picks. They're missing a first next year. That's it.
And Calgary has it.
Yeah.
Maybe that's part of the reason why we haven't seen anything happen.
It's just they don't like what
Wow.
you potentially return.
Yeah.
You got the picks, though, if that does interest Calgary, which it probably should. I don't know. Braden Bowman, Cole Reinhardt, Alexander Holtz, like in terms of prospects, I'm looking
Holtz? That would interest me, building something around him.
Was it New Jersey who had him and gave up on him? I feel uncomfortable about players who are getting given up on multiple times by multiple franchises.
Okay. I
Anyway.
get that.
I don't know the answer to that.
I'm going to dive into that a little deeper.
Okay.
Another Habs text. Hey, guys, love the show. Watch all the time. Okay, good start.
Thank you.
But it gets ugly now.
How do you feel about what Texier is doing in Montreal? And then he says, G-O-H-A-B-S, G-O. I'm not going to
So how does
but that's what it says.
How does a guy like that in Columbus not work?
Yeah.
And then to your point, like if he's not good enough for
St. Louis at one point.
if you're not good enough for those clubs, like how could you be good enough for us?
It's interesting, right? He's getting top line opportunity. He's playing with good players. That's certainly going to be part of it. But does that mean you need other people to drive you? Does that mean you were pouting where you were before? Can those problems persist somewhere else? But he seems very happy. I assume he is from Quebec with that name.
He's from Alberta.
What's that?
He's from Alberta.
Is he actually?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Quite the French name.
I thought you were talking about the texter.
Alexander.
No.
Alexandre.
We are talking about the texter.
I thought you were talking about who the
The
guy
Texter.
I thought
That's
you
his
guys-
nickname.
I thought you-
This is all very confusing.
Sammy, a piece of trivia for you for your national hour. Oh, this is for January 29th, so we're getting a little early on it, okay? It will be the 77th anniversary of the only fight which Rocket Richard ever admitted to of losing. Gordie Howe got 5 minutes for the fight. Rocket got 21 minutes for the fight because it was his third fight that night. So there you go. Imagine
fight.
going to a hockey game and watching Maurice Richard and Gordie Howe fight. If I could travel back in time to go to a game, that might be.
That might be the one.
It'd be cool.
You know where else?
What
you
would
might
be
go?
equivalent to that today?
One fight?
No. Would that be like OV versus
Sid?
No. OV
You're thinking of
versus
heated rivalry.
yeah, maybe. Right? Those are the two biggest superstars in the game.
As you know what game you might travel back in time to see is Josh Manson's last night. Did you see his stat
Gordie
line?
Howe.
More than 2 goals,
Two
2
assists.
a fight, +5, 5 hits, 4 block shots, 3
Yeah.
takeaways. That's the best stat line of all time.
He should retire.
As he's a defenseman.
How many darts a game did Guy Lafleur smoke in the dressing room during a game? Asking for a friend.
I don't know.
Kip, did anyone smoke while you
Less
played?
than Ally Frady.
Ally Freddy was smoking during the game.
Yeah, and he got accused of smoking like pot too one night because when he got traded from Canada to Washington, he ripped the filters off of him. So everybody, like there'd be a section of season ticket holders going, and you could see the outside of our dressing room where he's like working on his sticks, and it's be like, do you know your defenseman's getting high in between periods? And they're like, no. He just rips the filter off of them.
I heard a story about a guy. God, it might have been Gamnov in Dallas or someone like that.
I've heard Kasperitis used to smoke in the shower.
That story's not up there with 2 wives fighting in the stands
Not.
like Doug MacLean's
But
earlier
the one
today.
I heard was that a guy would go into the equipment trainer's room where they have the vent for the, bzzz,
No,
whatever.
Markov.
Yeah, was it Markov? Yeah,
Danny
he'd blow
Markov.
smoke into the fans.
He thinks
so-
he thought you could smoke into the dryer and it would absorb. And then I'm like, my underwear smells the next day like a pack of, Craven A's or whatever you called them back then.
Devin from PEI. Hockey DB says Texier is from Saint-Martin-de-Hères in France. Love the show.
French.
Because he's playing for the French national team at the Olympics against Canada.
Cool.
At the big old rink in
Playing
Milan.
alongside like just some guy.
Yeah, is Cristobal Huet in net?
Yeah, and a guy who bakes pastries.
The croissant maker from.
That is awesome.
That is awesome. I think we're out, boys. It's almost dead.
What do you got on tap this weekend, boys?
Ton of football. I got curling tomorrow, of course, every
Do you
Saturday
get to
morning.
sit on the couch and just watch it all day?
Yeah,
You do.
I do. Well, no, I mean, like, I do things. Like, I do things
Like
I need to do.
vacuum?
Yeah, like, I'll do if there's something I need to do. But, yeah, generally, I plan my days around sitting down and watching sports all day.
Yeah, I got both my kids play hockey. I got to shop for a washer dryer. Whoa, Bed Bath and Beyond if we have time.
I need vertigo on the weekend.
I might get vertigo.
Yeah.
Family dinner in the evening, maybe.
Our thanks to Doug MacLean. Really pains me to say that. Also, all of our callers in the Leaf Hour edition and our text stuff.
Texier.
Texier.
A lot of Habs talk. There we go, Habs fans. We do talk about your team.
3 games on tap. We are out. If you get a chance, give us a rating and review. And, of course, always on YouTube, a thumbs up. We are back on Monday, everybody. Enjoy your weekend. Stay safe.